Breaking news, Edgar Berlanga breaks his silence on his loss to Canelo Alvarez, where he said, quote, "Two lions fighting for their country. I fought my heart out and gave everything. We didn't get the win, but I know I gained the world and my respect in boxing. Superstar status, Viva Puerto Rico and Viva Mexico." End of the quote. Without a doubt, Edgar Berlanga showed a lot of heart in this fight. He came to win, he came to fight, and surprisingly, he surpassed all of the expectations. Everyone predicted that Canelo was going to knock out Edgar Berlanga in the first couple rounds. So for Edgar, not just to go 12 rounds with Canelo, but to touch him up in the process. I mean, look at Canelo's face. He looks like he just had his version of Hagler Hearn. You wouldn't think Canelo just finished fighting Edgar Berlanga. The way Canelo Alvarez looks, you would think Canelo Alvarez just finished fighting Hagler Hearn, Barrera Morales type of fight. That's how Canelo looks in this picture, immediately after the fight. So even though Edgar Berlanga lost, this is still a more victory for him. Remember, Canelo Alvarez is famously known for losing. Canelo is not famously known for winning. The only things Canelo is famously known for is losing to Floyd Mayweather. Believe it or not, that's what made Canelo Alvarez a superstar. Getting beat every round, every minute, and every second of that fight to Floyd. Another thing Canelo Alvarez is famously known for is testing positive for PEDs against Gennady Golovkin. So Canelo Alvarez's legacy haven't been the brightest. Nevertheless, after the fight, Edgar Berlanga and Canelo Alvarez showed sportsmanship by squashing their beef, rightfully so. However, after the fight, Canelo Alvarez started taking shots at Edgar Berlanga, talking about, "Edgar Berlanga hits like my son. I told Edgar, you hit like my son." When I heard that, I couldn't help but to wonder, if Edgar hit like your son, then why didn't you beat him up like your son? Why didn't you knock him out? Why didn't you eat his shots and then knock him out? Why did you show him respect in the ring? And I'm talking about during the fight. That's why Canelo couldn't stop Edgar Berlanga. We all know Canelo Alvarez has a great chin. He has one of the best chins in boxing, an iron chin. That's why he was able to take Edgar Berlanga's shots. But he respected Edgar Berlanga's power. Canelo can say, and this Edgar talking about he hit like his son. However, in the ring, if that was true, then he would have had walked right through Edgar and stopped him. He would have had ate everything Edgar Berlanga threw at him, then knocked him out. But clearly that wasn't the case, which shows Canelo Alvarez is a diva in and out of the ring. He's not genuine when he's talking. He be showing his true character. When he talks about his opponents after the fight, talking about, "Oh, Edgar hit like my son." Action speaks louder than words. No difference than when Canelo said he carried Munguia during every single round of their fight, to the point where he had to pick Munguia up to keep him up from falling down. I'm like, bro, just like you carried Ryder in Mexico, or just like you carried Edgar Berlanga? Let's stop the cap. You don't carry somebody and look like that after the fight. Munguia, Ryder, and Edgar Berlanga all put hands on Canelo Alvarez. Either way, it remains to be seen if Edgar Berlanga is going to be a superstar like he said after losing to Canelo, just like Canelo did when he lost to Floyd. But what we already seen is Canelo Alvarez limit. He already hit his ceiling. He already hit his limit. Canelo Alvarez is struggling against the cherries he's selecting, thinking that they are going to be easy fights, easy KOs. That's why he cherry-picked Ryder in Mexico, and he still couldn't score a KO. Canelo thought, maybe I could knock out Edgar Berlanga. In fact, he really thought he was going to knock out Edgar Berlanga. That's why he kept saying, I'm going to knock him out in the 8th round. And then, after the fight, he looks like this. You see the pattern here? That's the difference between Crawford Floyd and Canelo Alvarez. They are in different atmospheres. Crawford, on one hand, he's knocking out fighters on the A level. He's knocking out the likes of Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Benavidez, Gamboa, and nearly every elite fighter he fought. Outside of the Madrimov fight before Crawford moved up to his fourth weight class, Crawford knocked out 11 opponents back-to-back, then moves up to school Madrimov at his fourth weight class, something Canelo couldn't do against Bivol. He got taken to the Madrimov and Bivol school. Canelo, that is. Canelo can't even knock out cherries, like I said before, while Crawford is knocking out elite competition. Floyd Mayweather, on the other hand, I want you guys to peep the difference. To all of the Canelo Alvarez fans, who would you guys say is a better fighter? Canelo or Edgar Berlanga? That's a rhetorical question. Obviously, Canelo, since Canelo just won. Now, how many times is Canelo better than Edgar Berlanga? You tell me. Well, how ironic is it? Floyd Mayweather dominated Canelo. Better than Canelo beat Edgar Berlanga, even though Edgar Berlanga is nowhere near Canelo Alvarez level. In addition to that, when you do the ratio, Floyd is way smaller than Canelo compared to Canelo next to Edgar. Floyd had to move up to his fifth weight class to fight Canelo Alvarez. He was more than 20 pounds naturally smaller than Canelo. Meanwhile, Canelo and Edgar, they are 5 pounds apart. Edgar is only 5 pounds bigger than Canelo. 168 is Canelo's third division he won a title in. Even then, Floyd, who's way older than Canelo, Floyd was 36 when he fought Canelo. Canelo is 33, 34 when he fought Edgar. Even then, Floyd took Canelo to school way easier, and he beat him up way worse than Canelo did to Edgar Berlanga. Keep in mind, I'm not comparing Floyd Mayweather's performance against an opponent that's on Edgar Berlanga level. I'm comparing Floyd Mayweather's performance against Canelo himself compared to Canelo versus Edgar Berlanga. So this is two different levels, and Floyd still dominated Canelo way worse than Canelo did versus Edgar Berlanga. Even though Floyd Mayweather faced way more obstacles when it came to the weight and his age compared to Canelo, which shows that Floyd Mayweather is really the Michael Jordan of boxing. Floyd Mayweather dominated Canelo Alvarez, who's whatever level you want to call him. B-plus fighter, A-level fighter, whatever level you want to call Canelo. Floyd Mayweather dominated Canelo more than Canelo can dominate a cherry pick. I'm going to say that again. Floyd Mayweather dominated Canelo way worse than Canelo can beat a cherry that he selected. Keep in mind, when Floyd fought Canelo, everyone was accusing Floyd of ducking Canelo. That being said, Edgar Berlanga said leading up to the Canelo fight that Canelo is the P word for choosing to fight him over David Benavidez, the fight that everyone wants to see. So we shall see if Canelo is going to grow the cojones to fight David Benavidez. With that being said, with the opinions out of the door and the facts laid out on the table, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below, and to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.